Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Korean Atlanta Mentorship. And in this video, I'm going to talk about a phrase that I heard a long time ago about how the more personal your experience is, the more universal it actually is. So I remember, a long time ago when I first read the book, The 48 Laws of Power. And I've never actually read the whole book, but I remember the first chapter really stood out. Never outshine the master. I was like, what this is like, is my life an entire lie? I've been told that I got to stand out and outshine everybody and get straight A's, and turns out that's a lie, And when you read like popular books like that, it's like, dang, like my experience that I really took for granted as personal to me is actually quite universal, right? You have those moments many times in life, and one of the other things that you kind of figure out is that the world is a vicious place. People don't help each other, and I think if you look at videos of people like 30, 40 years ago, it's such a different social environment compared to today. People laughed with each other. People hung out. They were never too busy. And then, bit by little bit, kind of like, a frog in a boiling water, we just kind of um, got addicted to behaviors that did not serve us or our communities, right? And so, one of the things that I kind of find sad is just how in modern day society, jealousy is everywhere, right? Jealousy is everywhere. And one of the things I always want to do is show off to other people, like, hey, look how great I'm doing. And one of the reasons I'm kind of semi anonymous on YouTube is just because, like, honestly, like, I like to show off results or my results, but I don't actually want them to tie back to me. Because every time I show results, it's, you feel that little bit of jealousy. And sometimes people will see your potential more than you actually realize that you have potential, right? And so because they understand that you are talented, they'll actually try to ruin your life. And like I said before, this is a vicious society that we live in. And I remember having these experiences, when I first came to Georgia, I was like, man, everything's so cheap here. Like maybe it's just easier to succeed here than in California. And to be honest, it wasn't as easy as I expected. Like there was a lot of pain and difficulty, and the people who I depended on, and this is like kind of a common theme that I've experienced in my life, where it's just people who I depended on, they kind of abandoned me when I needed them, right? And then there are moments in my life where it's just like, oh my goodness, I might be homeless in like a month or so. Like I'm going crazy. Like what's going on here? Or maybe like you have moments where you're just like kind of sleeping in your car because you don't know what you're doing in life. But the thing is that again, kind of like a frog in boiling water, people just don't help each other. I mean, I just typed in Google what percentage of people sleep in their cars, and then it says the National Coalition of Homeless estimates that 2.5 to 3.5 million people in the US experience homelessness each year. And then I think it says in 2019, uh, Los Angeles Homeless Services reported that over 40% of unsheltered homeless population in LA County, some 14,000 people, rely on vehicles for shelter. In some other California counties, the reported percentage of people living in vehicles range from 20 to 10 to 29%. Crazy, right? And actually, let's just type in 2024, see if there's any updated statistics regarding that. Uh, More than 40% have admitted to falling asleep. No, it's not what I'm looking for. But take a look here. Americans living in their cars are finding refuge in safe parking lots. And this is just kind of sad of what America is today. And honestly, I talk about this all the time. The easiest solution to everything, but this is what people refuse to do, is simply just care about each other, right? Like, you want to know the easiest way, like to have like actual happy communities and businesses and customers. Don't try to rip people off, right? Give the feeling. I mean, here's the thing: the standards in society are so low that if you just pretend to care about people, that's like way more than enough for most people, because like this is why people are turning to AI for companionship, because you could be in a room with like 3 or 4 or 30 people and just feel like nobody cares about you and then go crazy, right? And because people are basically playing this game of chicken that they want to feel more important than you, they don't mind if you go homeless, right? It's to that extent that people just don't care about each other anymore. Like, I don't know why people want to live this way, but all right, well, if this is the game we're gonna play, I guess that's we just got to play the game and prepare for it. I mean, you think I don't know that most people are gonna attack me for not, you know, for well, most people have attacked me because they saw my potential in me, and every time I was excited to share, anything that a sort of accomplishment with other people, like you just see it in their eyes, like they didn't like it, right? That's just kind of society we live in. And I don't know if you ever heard the story of Shanquella Robinson. I don't remember what her name is, but basically, I got to find a link to it. But she went to Mexico with her. I think she's from North Carolina. 3 friends, and then they killed her. Supposedly they were her friends, right? Oh, I don't even know. I'm not laughing. It's just I think that's just more of a coping mechanism. But yeah, well, that's it for today. So, it's sad in today's society that you have to do so much to protect yourself because most people just cannot be decent human beings anymore, right? Like there's a lot of things that I have in the back of my mind when I interact with people. I mean, it's like, oh, when I meet this person, I feel like they're going to scam me or try to rip me off, so I got to be prepared for that. Just the fact that I have to think like that by default is kind of sad, right? But that's just the society that we live in where we need to support each other and people just become jealous and they don't care about each other and want to see you ruined. All right, well, that's it for today. So I am currently working on the Google form to submit your interest in basically learning about financial literacy and real estate investing education. And I'm actually going to make it a more blunt version to discourage people from applying. I know that sounds kind of weird, right? But I just simply don't want people to waste my time anymore like they have. And to be honest, I don't regret doing the way that I did in the beginning because I'm trying to understand what the marketplace is like and what people are looking for. And honestly, it's a little bit hard unless you have a huge sample size. But that'll be another discussion for another time. Well, have a great day, everybody, and we'll speak next time.